Well, most people may know Jewish singer Eden Golan from her incredible Eurovision performance this year. Her song Hurricane was a tribute to October 7. She was heckled, booed and had major security threats. At just 21, Eden Golan has shown more leadership on anti-Semitism, and she's demanded stronger action on the hostage crisis than most people whose job it is to do so. She sets a truly wonderful example for how to withstand the hate, and I spoke with her about all of this a little earlier. Eden Golan, so wonderful to have you here. A huge welcome. You've been here in Australia for a few days and I understand you're loving it and you're having a great time. You also, of course, couldn't help but notice that we're experiencing shocking anti-Semitism, the firebombing of a synagogue in Melbourne that's now been officially declared a terror attack. And then just here in Sydney overnight, there's been a car torching and more anti-Semitic vandalism. How do you feel about this level of anti-Semitism that we've seen erupting around the world, including in peaceful places like Australia?
It's tragic. It's truly tragic and heartbreaking, and I just don't want to accept this reality, this dark, scary place we're living in. And literally any place in this world right now could be a place of threat and danger for us, which is crazy to think about it. But I'm so thankful for all the volunteers and here, the CSG, the Israeli security community, Jewish community that takes care of the Jewish community and keeps people safe, and volunteers all over the world that take part in this and keeping our community as safe as possible and trying to stay away from these unpleasant situations.
We all watched you during Eurovision and you were heckled on stage, you were booed, you were trying to focus and do your job. I mean, how did you personally manage to drown out that level of noise and that level of hostility to deliver what was truly a sensational performance?
Well, that wasn't an easy experience, I can't lie. I mentally prepared myself to the event way before, from the moment I was selected to be Israel's representative for Eurovision. I was drawing myself scenarios and different situations that could happen and getting booed at and hatred and all of that. But I think mainly the thing that kept me focused and on point was just the life I've been through, different situations and going through difficult things in life that kind of built me to have elephant skin and not really let anything around me affect me. And also my goal, which was to represent us with pride and do the best job I can. I had a lot of weight on my shoulders to be the voice of not only a country but an entire nation. And just that thought, that responsibility, that's all I cared about. I didn't care about anything around. I was just there to go on stage for 3 minutes, show my voice and try to unite people and spread some love. And I can truly say that our community, our big family of Jewish people and Israelis all over the world, the amount of love and support I got from them was truly insane, and I could never thank them enough. They were such a powerful thing that kept me going through this journey, and still the amount of love I'm getting till this day, it just keeps me going and makes me want to do even more for us and for this world and just show what a beautiful nation we are.
It's such a beautiful message that your ambition to spread love like that. And I love when you said you have elephant skin. I think we all need a bit of elephant skin during the times we're going through at the moment.
Definitely.
Now, your most famous song, Hurricane, the original version was actually called October Rain. You had to change the lyrics for Eurovision. How did it make you feel when you were told that this would need to be done, that you couldn't reference the October 7 terror attacks?
Even before I got selected to represent Eurovision, we knew that whoever was going to get selected was going to get a lot of backlash and a lot of hatred, and that many people didn't want us there, didn't want us to participate, didn't want us to take part in the Eurovision Song Contest this year. So let me put it this way. I wasn't shocked when the song wasn't accepted and we were told we need to change the lyrics. I was like, okay, well, my thoughts, you proved me right that you don't really want us there. And it wasn't even a question. I was just like, let's get into the studio, let's change the lyrics, let's do everything in our power to make this work and make us be able to participate and stand there on stage and represent our country.
Such a powerful, moving, emotional song, and it speaks to everyone. I actually came to Israel for the anniversary of October 7, and for many of the people I spoke to, many of the survivors, or understandably people who still have family who are being held hostage, it's just impossible to move on until the hostages are brought home. For many people, for many Israelis, it still feels like it's October 7 all over again, every day. That's the reality they wake up to. What are your reflections on how our world has changed over the past 14 months?
Wow. First of all, I don't think the world will ever be the same place after October 7th. And definitely for our country and our people, this is something that will be with us forever and something we'll never be able to forget. And I don't think anyone should ever experience what we went through, and the fact that we still have hostages after such a long time held hostage is just, it's like, what? This shouldn't be the reality. This shouldn't be what we're going through. This shouldn't be real. And we should be doing everything to bring them back home. So I can definitely understand, and I feel the people that for us it's October 7th every day, and life will never be the same after what we went through. And I do think it had a huge effect on the world and people all over the world, especially on us. It has changed a lot of things, and I'm just hoping that things can also change the other way, to a better place, and that we can bring the hostages back home and just have a bit more peace and love in this world.
We desperately need it. Desperately need it. Just finally, Eden, you know, as I said, you're an inspiration to all of us. You connect particularly strongly with the young generation. In Australia and in Israel, many children are doing it really tough right now, suffering from anxiety. They're scared about the future. What's your message to children?
Wow, I actually wrote a song about that. My latest song literally speaks about that, about children being older than they should be and not being able to fully live life happily and be out in the gardens dreaming, and they have anxiety and fears about the future and what will happen and what will be. And the children in our country that have to run to bomb shelters because of sirens. I don't know. The one thing I can say is that we are strong and we have each other, and Israel high and Israel is strong, and we'll get through this, through all this horrible period of time. And I just hope everyone has something that can keep them going through. For me, it's music, and I do music to heal myself and to heal people through music. And if playing music and listening to my music helps anyone, that's the best thing. And finding just a safe place in our surroundings and in friends and in family, that's all we have right now, and that's the most we can do, is just love each other and spread it.
Such a beautiful message. I can't thank you enough for sharing it with us here in Australia, Eden. All our love to you. Thank you so much for standing tall and proud and strong. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.